Where is the money? We wanna know.
Welcome to the global survey, Where is the money for feminist organizing? In short, where is the money? We are thrilled to have you with us. In this video, we'll introduce you to the survey's questions and methodology. Remember that you can learn more about the survey on our website, awid.org/YITM 2024 in English, French, Spanish, Arabic, Portuguese, and Russian, and by checking our frequently asked questions. You can also get in touch with the AWID team on yitm@awid.org. Overview. The survey takes approximately 30 minutes to complete, but you don't need to take it all at once. If you wish to save your responses and come back to the survey later, you're able to do this whenever needed. Kobo will save your draft responses on the top left corner of the survey page and reload your record when you return to the survey. Just make sure to continue from the same computer or device and browser. There are 46 questions in the survey and 6 sections in total. It's important to note that you'll need to complete your responses in one section in order to move to the next. Before diving in, we suggest that you have your key financial information, such as size of your annual budget and your key sources of funding of the last 3 years at hand. Please select your language in the beginning of the survey at the top right of the page. Of course, you will need to express your consent to fill in the survey on behalf of your group or organization. Ready? Section 1. Information about your group, organization, and/or movement. This section asks basic questions about your group, organization, and/or movement, including your primary focus, the composition of your leadership, and your geographical location. Please note that question 3 about the name of your group is optional. We are asking for this data to facilitate the review of responses and to avoid duplication. Your responses are confidential and will remain with the research team. Section 2. Financial status of your organizing. This section asks about the financial status of your group, organization, and/or movement over the last 3 years, from 2021 to 2023. This section is very important to this survey, and we request you to be as accurate as possible in your responses. To make things easier, question 10, about the size of your annual budget, is standardized. Instead of asking you for detailed amounts in each year, we are working with ranges. From zero budget to budget over $1 million from 2021 to 2023. You will also see that we are requesting data in US dollars. To convert currencies, we recommend that you use the online tool xrates.com or any other tool convenient to you. If your organization, group, or movement relies on external funding, in other words, grants or other forms of funding from philanthropic foundations, governments, bilateral, multilateral, or corporate funders and individual donors, and you mark yes as your response to question 13, we will ask you about the main sources of external funding in a given year. So, for example, if in the question 15 you choose women's and feminist funders as well as philanthropic foundations as the sources between 2021 and 2023, in the question 16 you will have a chance to play with a slider to indicate the approximate percentage that these funders have contributed to your budget in a given year. Note of caution here. These percentages must not add up to more than 100% in total. If this happens, you will receive an error alert. The similar logic applies to question 21, where we are asking you about the type of funding that your group, organization, or movement receive, whether this is core funding, project and activity funding, or emergency response. To make things easier for you, the survey includes a small glossary with key definitions of key sources and types of funding. If you don't take or receive any external funding, you will be directly transferred from question 13 to question 28 to the subsections on autonomous resourcing. Autonomous resourcing are the financial, human, or material resources that many groups rely on and mobilize independently from external funders, whether by necessity or by choice. These resources are often invisible but serve a crucial lifeline for feminist movements. The aim of this section is to visibilize the power of feminist resourcing themselves. Sections 3, 4, and 5 – Shifting Power, Sustainability, and Key Aspirations. Big part of the third and fourth section of the survey was developed in response to direct feedback from AWID members and partners received during the pilots from our members. Most of the questions in these three sections are optional. For example, in the optional question 32 on the barriers in accessing external funding, you will need to indicate your level of agreement with the given statement. For example, we are skilled in resource mobilization and face relatively few difficulties to resource our work. Is this something your group strongly agrees with, somewhat agree, or there is no agreement? The questions in section 4 are about sustainability. In other words, your experience with securing financial support and resources for the future and for your institutional sustainability. For example, in question 36, we are asking how much of your group's budget you have already secured for 2025 and 2026, and later, in question 39, what kind of employment conditions you are able to offer to your staff, if you have paid staff indeed. You will then move to section 5, where you will have a chance to reflect on your key aspirations. For example, what your aspirational budget would be and what would you spend it on. Finally, in case there are any other issues that you would like to reflect on or share your feedback with us, you will have a chance to do so by responding to question 44. There is no word limit here, so you can write as much as you like. Section 6. Next steps. This final section includes 3 questions about your participation in previous surveys, the language you have used to fill the survey, and your interest in being contacted by AWID about next steps. We invite you to remain involved beyond the survey, including through the in-depth interview with the AWID team to dive deeper into the reality of resourcing for feminist organizing. We will be working hard to process and analyze your responses and present the results of the survey to you during the AWID Forum in Bangkok in December 2024 and online. Join the call for more and better money and power for feminist movements. Learn more at awid.org/YITM 2024.
Where is the money?